Hello, welcome to another art stream. I'll be working on some more characters, and hopefully I'll be able to talk more today. I feel my throat feels a little better than it did on Monday, so still a little scratchy, but at least now, for the moment anyway, it's not it doesn't hurt at the moment. So we'll see how long that lasts. Probably another 40-minute stream. We'll see, but at least this way we can get a couple more in. Let's get some music on, and then I'll get to work. Okay. Did I close it? I think I did. 1 second. Let me check something. Okay. 1 second. Yep, I did. Okay. I thought I did. Okay. This is the what I was working on Monday. So I'll do some more of these characters, and then we can work on some other character designs. And then I'll do some of the other stuff, like the dragons. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Who else should I try and work on? Let's look up like some of my characters. Characters. Excuse me. I could try and I can always try and do my character, my VTuber. I can try and draw June and Richard and June as. Try that, I guess. I don't know. That doesn't seem. I don't like that. I have a specific style for them. I don't want to get away from it. Let's see. Forgot I had that done. Let's get to. Hmm. Trying to think of which. There's the bounty hunters. There's coal and clay. I thought about coal and clay maybe as an idea, but I don't know who I'd model them after really. Hmm. There's also the villain. Who could be the most fun actually to make maybe into a. I guess I could try him. I haven't drawn him in a while. So. Just gonna just do a quick redrawing of him to remind myself what he's like. Hello! Oops. Thanks for dropping by. Huh? Awesome! That's exciting. Yeah, I figured with that Disney conference that happened last week, it would be fun to do some of my characters in like a Disney art style, or at least try something. I'm trying to, because this guy, I'll open a picture of him. Find a JPEG. Well, here's the Pete. Here's the. I can just bounce between this. Yeah, this is the villain from my comic, a comic I'm working on, and I'm gonna try and make him into a Disney character. I have no idea who. Maybe push like a Hades kind of thing with him. Kind of change his physique to be a little taller, or uh, hmm, like the Horn King from Black Cauldron, maybe, or I don't know. There's a couple. Hmm. So he doesn't really look like a Disney villain. It's the problem, but well, that's my Smaugust. I guess he does have a. Wait, was that Disney? Nightmare Before Christmas? I think that. Weren't they involved? Because I thought that was. I could do that, I guess. Kind of give him like a. Yeah, it was, because that's right. It was a. Yeah, let's do that. I'll do a Nightmare Before Christmas. Give him kind of like a. Even lankier. Kind of like Jack. Kind of look. And give him like a Halloween kind of look to him. Yeah. Oops. Keep going back to that. Let's move this over here. Yeah. There. But I'm glad you found the channel. I'm curious how, but maybe was it the Disney title, or was it just random luck? Because either one would be pretty interesting, actually. Because normally on this channel I do like I'm either working on my comic or I'd like to do art challenges. So like this month is Smaugust, so I've been working on some dragon designs, and because last month was art fight and that was fun, but now I'm just doing going back to monthly art challenges. And we have where'd that go? I did have it here somewhere. But one sec. Oh. Sorry. But yeah, it's just a fun place to do some where we hang out and just do like art challenges. So sometimes I draw like warm ups where I do like anatomy and stuff, or draw animals. Pretty low key. Not just having fun doing art. Let's see, where did he... Oh, I can show you the main characters of the comic. Uh, let's see. Like, here's June Steel Song. She's the main character. She's a young bard that is, a young aspiring bard trying to find her way in the world. And, in the story, she's going to be pushed into a very dangerous situation trying to save her mother from being spirited away to the fairy realm in a natural disaster that might, like, a rift is going to open up and might pull her in. And then I have her Richard Steelsong, a powerful ex-military battle mage that is taking a life of in high, pretty much just he's left that behind and is just living a quiet life with his family in a hidden village where with a bunch of other war veterans that are just want to also live quiet lives. So but he also is on the quest is with her. And then you have the B story with Grace, the mother. She's a scientist and loves animals, wants to protect them from the Feywild because like there's energies from the Fey realm coming into our world and mutating animals and changing their existence, and she's trying to stabilize them and maybe even finding cures for some of their mutations. And she's finding new species that were trapped in the Feywild that are coming back into our world, like dinosaurs are reappearing. So it's pretty, like, she has her story is about trying to rescue this little baby T-Rex from like a bunch of monsters that are attacking it that are different Fey creatures, and like trying to save its mother who is even further mutated. into a forest spirit. So yeah, those are some of my characters. And you saw the physical villain. This is for Smaugust. I'm working on this. I just put this guy in here so that there was a reason why Grace wasn't gonna just like leave on her own. I wanted to make a character that would be her like foil. I'll move myself over a little bit. I'm kind of in the way. Well, here's my full model. If you want to see, I'll put him up here so you can see him completely. See, I got it. My character's lore is that he also was spirited away, but he had his name stolen by a beast, and he's documenting every creature he can and trying to help out other creatures that are being harassed by this creature that took his name, in hopes that they'll help him defeat it and find his name and escape from the Fey realm before he's full. I'm hiding. Before he's fully turned into some kind of creature. So, and I made this rig myself. Actually, it's still got some rough edges. I'm gonna clean up some other stuff. Like I'm gonna make the wings fold in eventually, and I'm gonna add in my little. I have a little fey creature, little wind or a spirit that he holds in his arm. So yeah, I'm gonna have that. Oh, and this little guy in the corner. This is made by a friend of mine, Lyra B. She does these really cute chibi versions of people, and she made this one for me for her channel. And she said I could use it too, so I put it on my channel as well. And I love it. Oh, and I can even show you because I did this for of her character, if I can find it. I guess I can. Oh no, I know where it is. I think it's here. Oh wait, here's where my other thing was. Like yeah, my like here's the first page of the comic. With here, I'll move out of the way. It's like Winty. This is the comic. I'm playing around with this format. I have a few Discord forums I'm on for like creating comics, and I'm gonna put this up on there. I need to put the dialogue in here, but to see if people like this, because I might switch this to horizontal, but I don't know. I made it this way because I thought it would be nice for like screens. It'd be kind of fun to have a horizontal instead of vertical. But we'll see. I mean, I've seen some people do this. Like webcomics for a while were like this, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to be more retro. So yeah, this is her crafting her guitar, which has like this like magical gem on the up near the up near the top of it. But I did this cool video. I found these videos of like showing how like people make their own guitars out of like tree stumps, and I thought that'd be kind of cool. Like she made it out of this enchanted like special wood. It's like highly durable. So let's get back to our evil evil guy here. Got like this like I thought he's kind of a fun villain because he's not exact he's trapped in the Fey realm in like an area that he he was kind of like exiled during the war and got is like kind of in his own area of the Feywild that's just like a desolate area, and he's partly his fault of messing around with it. But he can look in our world, and this new storm that's starting is allowing him to mess with the area where Grace is. So he's kind of like this like distant villain that's kind of just like messing with her from afar. So he'll never actually, I don't think he's gonna actually ever meet her physically, but like he might make like a clone of himself or something that might go to the human realm magically, but it won't be him. It'll be like just like some kind of like conjured form of him or something, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Like I said, he's not the main point of the story, so he's kind of just an annoyance. I'm gonna try and make him look more Halloweeny. This is Halloween, Halloween. I like these I like those older tales of elves that are more he's an unseelie elf, so they're more mischievous and dangerous. Like they're the ones that like just take people and you never see them again, kinda. So and he's both magical and kind of I thought he'd be kind of a fun foil or a kind of a good adversary for Grace because um he's he's kind of the opposite where she's only using like her alchemy and her knowledge to help other creatures and people, and he's using his knowledge of his scientific knowledge to do the opposite, to just like further his own amusement and just harm and throw things into discord for research to see how far he can push things. That is exciting though that you're the 200th. I'm really happy that I made it to there. Let's go another. Here's to another 200. Or maybe our next goal will be 500. That would actually be a good number. I think that's a good goal. 500. I'm just glad you're here today with because my throat's I was been having this really nasty cold. You can still kind of hear it, but it's better than it was earlier in the week. So at least I can talk today a little more. Because I couldn't talk at all on Monday. And this one's kind of just rough. Maybe that's what I'll do today. I'll just kind of rough out some ideas and then we can use Friday to like finalize them. I mean, this is just for fun, so I'm not too worried. Also, if anyone has recommendations on Disney movies for me to play around with, just let me know. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to really anything. I can always try and find one of my OCs that will fit uh, pretty much any Disney movie. I was thinking of trying to do one for. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Who was I gonna do that with that? Hmm. I wanted to do. Hmm. Because I started to do one for, and maybe I'll go back to it. Yeah, I started to work on this one. Let's try and finish this. Say I was trying to do a drawing of Grace in a Tarzan art style, where she's like shredding on. Oh, my throat's starting to hurt. She's grinding on the trees with her, just with. I'm gonna give her these like she doesn't quite have the calluses of Tarzan, but I'm gonna give her like just like these enchanted shoes maybe, or like these special boots where she can just grind. But yeah, my throat's starting to hurt, so I apologize if I stop talking as much. Or maybe she's just gonna be resting on the tree, actually. Kind of like almost like she's about to do a wall run kind of thing. She's inspired by a little bit by like Jurassic Park with I think her name was Ellen, the the botanist character. I always liked her character, and she was just like both her and Grant were just kids the minute they got to the island, and I just thought they were both really fun characters. But she still knew she was in danger too. But I really liked how she like kept a cool head, even though this was not her field of She's not like an adventurer. She's just like a scientist, but she kept a surprisingly cool head considering everything she ran into. I thought that was a cool trait for a character, because it's totally fine. I mean, true bravery is facing your fears. So, like, I like that she was scared, because that means that she was actually facing against these dinosaurs that, I mean, you should be scared of. They're like, oops, I've been hiding this whole time. Sorry. I forgot that I moved off screen. There we go. Although it was probably good for the drawing, but I put so much work into this character. I'm not going to hide. But yeah, with the Disney convention, it was exciting to see some news about Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean 4, and I was gonna say as well, but I said, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I was thinking of maybe even like trying to do some turning some of my characters into like either heartless or um keyblade users or nobodies, something in those realms. Richard would be really fun to have a keyblade. Same with with June, my two main characters. It'd be fun to have both of them. I like this brush. It's a good brush. Nice and can become thick and thin, and I like that. It's good for like rough ideas. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean for that to happen. Maybe. Oh no. I'll try and get the Discord up and running soon. Just as and so we can do some fun activities to celebrate 200 follower. I mean, 200 viewers or yeah, subscribers. Because that is exciting. We need to do something fun. Because any step, I mean, yeah, any achievement is an achievement, you know? It's not easy gaining followers as an art channel. Like, YouTube just tries to ignore you when you have this kind of, and this isn't like a sympathy kind of plight kind of thing. It's more me just saying, like, it's been really fun, and I'm really grateful for everyone who dropped by. Because I understand there's plenty of, like, Let's Plays and that kind of stuff that probably are just easier to digest than an art channel. But it's so I'm very grateful for everyone who gives me some of their time. And we have a lot of fun on here too, like talking about animation, talking about fantasy and lore, like folk tales. I would like to move with this channel. I would like to do kind of like Tales Foundry, I think is what they're called, where they tell like short stories. That would be kind of, I would love to do that kind of stuff too. So maybe moving forward I can work more on that too. This week's special because I'm going to do 3 streams, but usually I do like either 1 or 2, because especially lately with how my schedule's about to get busy again. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. My process is kind of like just rough out an idea and then refine it, is essentially how I work. And usually sometimes I'll even like in the next stream I'll like between them I'll do some I'll look into some like actual like photo reference for my drawings so that I can get like a accurate I can fix the anatomy and stuff like that. Apologies, my voice is actually going right now. Maybe I'll talk to some of my other art friends and see what they did for when they hit certain milestones. So I want it to be fun. Yeah, Grace is the has skills in alchemy, and I'm thinking she met Richard during the invasion because she was a with her knowledge she was brought in to be a nurse, and that's how they met. He was fatally wounded in a battle, and she saved him. And he was just love at first sight. And Grace's relationship with her mother is a little more complicated, but you've learned as the comic goes along just the the lengths that parents go for their kids. She sacrifices so much, but she does have a goal. Oops, my wing was in the way. I like this one though. This one's coming along really good. It's kind of funny how I think what this comic actually started off of a rough sketch of Richard and June when she's a child just walking across a log, which was inspired by just Calvin and Hobbes. So it's funny that like my childhood comic that I read all the time is kind of responsible for inspiring me to make this story that is so very different from it. Because what I thought about was like there's not many fantasy stories. I mean, there's probably books, but not many comics that I know of that have to do with natural or supernatural disasters. So I thought that it'd be fun to make the villain nature itself instead of a person. I mean, like I showed you, there is a human villain, but as I stated, he's really not an important character. He's kind of just like a background problem. So, I'll clean her up some more. Let's work on some more of these characters too. Yeah, this is her part. She has a one of the fairy folk, a Sealy being that was came over to our realm, and her family did anyway, and she's like second generation being on Earth, and she loves all the animals and flora and fauna, and she wants to study our planet and learn all about it and bring that knowledge back to share with her family. And here I kind of made her mixed her with Aurora because I thought that would be kind of fun since she has a very she is outdoorsy, but she's also much more like likes to dress up in like more feminine clothing. She likes to look pretty, essentially. Whereas Grace is more about like function 100% of the time. Like everything about her, she knows about all the threats, and she knows about, and she'd rather just always just be like 100% on top of any situation because of her background. Whereas Nyla's very powerful with water manipulation, and so part of her is not really as concerned with the dangers of the Fae or the Unseelie, because she can just use her strength with her magic to fend them off, or if it's like environmental, she can just protect herself with her own magic. So I just like, and this is what she looks like in the comic actually, where I gave her this dress that's like a based around a blue ring octopus, because she's with her being water. I thought that'd be kind of fun. These are the rough versions of her, but I still really like the dress. Oops. Gotta get her tail out of this dress. There. But yeah, I gave her Sleeping Beauty's dress when she's in the woods. I forgot she wore this. It's like like a corset, and it's I mean bustier and this like medium length dress. I thought it looked nice. And she's got her this is actually like a companion to both her and Grace, is this raven that flies between them and can it's magically enchanted so that its intelligence was raised even more, so it can actually like it can dictate messages between them. And it's got a little bit of, it's mixed with like a peregrine falcon, so it's very fast. Dark. It's funny because when I started drawing it, I realized if I make it look, it kind of almost reminds me more of Maleficent's familiar, the crow that she has. I forgot what that thing was. What her? I think they said even in Kingdom Hearts what it was called, but I forget. It's like, can't remember if she gives it a name in the actual. Oops, sorry. Okay, so there's that one. Let's work on a new one, and then I'll get to work on some Heartless. Maybe actually, why don't we? Yeah, let's do a Heartless or a Kingdom Hearts version of one of my some of my characters. It'd be kind of fun to use a thicker brush actually for Richard because he's give him orange coat. I'm gonna shape these keys kind of in a kind of in the shape of his what? Ow, his main weapons, which are usually he's more of a blunt weapon kind of character. He's like he uses which works good for, because keyblades are kind of more of a blunt weapon than a sharp weapon, with the exception of a few, I suppose. But for the most part, the way they look and the way they act kind of makes them more of a like club than a club than a sword. And it is fun drawing these guys in this style because the comic that these two characters like spawned out of kind of is was kind of a like going to be more of a slice of life satirical look at like fantasy and like not I'm not sure Kingdom Hearts specifically, but definitely Final Fantasy was a big inspiration for some of the like tropes in like role playing games that were fantasy based that I was gonna play around with in the story. Of like villains with overcomplicated schemes or something like that, and things like, yeah. Do, do, do. Yeah, Final Fantasy X had some really great characters in it. I need to go back and play that again. I haven't played it for so long. Problem is, it's such a long game. And Unalesca is one of my least favorite bosses of all the Final Fantasies. She's just a pain. Like her and some of the bosses in Final Fantasy VII were pretty rough. Although I still need to go back and play. I mean, I have Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I just never played it. And then there's I also have 9, the remastered version of 9. And I love 9. I think, don't get me wrong, I love 7. It's great. But I think 9 is, I always like to say that's one of my favorites just because less people know about or talk about that one. I mean, Vivi's just such a sweet, lovable character. I like that character so much. It's got such a positive attitude. Like the whole story's centered around mortality and uh, just life in general. And Vivi has such a positive view on life, despite like everything that's going wrong. He's trying his best to be hopeful and find meaning. Despite being a creation pretty much for war, tries to find purpose. See, I'm avoiding one thing that Keyblades do because I think it's, which is they love giving the Keyblades this like thing that covers the hand, but that makes it hard to move. So I'm getting rid of that part, which I know doesn't make it look like as much of a key, but I'm making up for that by like adding in the nodules on the key or the teeth as part of the weapon. How are we doing on time? Oh, okay, it's not been nearly as long as I thought. But that's okay. I mean, it doesn't. If I have to end early, that's okay. I don't usually go this short or too short, but like I said, I'm fighting with a nasty cold right now. So I'll go as long as I can. Oh yeah, I did want to try to do that though. Let's do one thing I want to try is what was it? I'm trying to think. I wanted to do something based around the Atlantis Last Empire. And I'm trying to think who I'm going to use. I think maybe June, but I'm trying to think what she's June or oh, that'd be kind of fun. What if I make her dressed as Helga? Why not? It'd be kind of fun. Or is it's kind of weird because she never hold a gun. And never mind. It was worth a shot. Let's see. I do still want to draw June, but I'm trying to think who is. Like, what would be a good. Oh. Duh. Especially with Kingdom Hearts coming out with Coco. Give her a or a land of the underworld kind of version of her body, or at least like the face paint and everything. Yeah, I like this. I love the I definitely recommend looking up the concept art for that. I mean for Coco, because it's the artist they got has these beautiful like character designs that are done in watercolor, and they look really cool. And the city itself is such a cool setting because it's built on like the whole concept is really clever where they knew they wanted to make it multifaceted, like several generations of people living in the same place. So like you have different architecture going back to like the Mayans, or yeah, I think it's the Mayans. And so and it's so cool how it's just like built upon itself. Like, yeah, it's a good, really great movie. I love it. I'm so excited that it's going to show up in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I kind of had a feeling because it's all about just remembering loved ones and just life in general, and just, yeah, it's got a really nice message. Glad I thought of this. I just kind of like, it just clicked in my head when I was thinking of like Kingdom Hearts and the new one with that showing up in that. So I thought, wouldn't it be kind of cool if she's kind of dressed in a really festive, kind of flowery dress? Excuse me. See how much longer I can last. I'm throat's starting to bug me. But let's try and go for a little longer. And I've not tried to put June in high heels, but it's fun to try new things with these characters. I think the biggest thing that I'm hoping with the new Kingdom Hearts is that it doesn't do the one thing that I thought was a little bit of a problem with the with 3, which was wasn't even like a game breaking kind of problem. It was more just kind of like it felt like they could have art directed around this problem, which is that like whenever they went to a Disney World, it felt like you were just watching a movie. And I know that they have like limitations because Disney's not gonna let them like go nuts, but they got to give them a little more freedom because like you got to have some like wiggle room to like fit their story into the story of the Disney World. Because some of the best ones from the original game were more like stories where like, well, like for instance, King Triton knew about the Keyblade wielder and knew that he was supposed to kind of like just be an observer and not mess with their world. So that was kind of cool because then like you realize that their worlds that he has interacted with people heroes like the main character, or at least like his kingdom has met a Keyblade wielder before, as you find out in later games. So it helps make them feel like they're part of the same universe, even though it's in its own world in Disney. But in 3, they kind of like had the restriction that they had to just like be like, okay, this is the Frozen world. We have to tell the Frozen story. And it's like, but we know the Frozen story. We don't need a movie to remind us what this story is when we've seen the movie at higher definition. I kind of just want to see her story mixed with Sora's story, the main character from the game. So we'll see. Maybe they will. Hopefully that's the case. Maybe they will be able to do that more in this one, because I think that was, hopefully they realized that that was the only thing that people were complaining about with that game. Because I don't mind them rehashing certain parts of stories. I just don't want that to be the point of being in a certain place. Like, I think the best part of some of the best worlds in 3 were like the Big Hero 6 world, because it was different. It had a point to the character's story, as well as to the character from Big Hero 6's story, and it stood out as its own story, despite that being a new world that they could have very easily have just like, you know, been like, oh, we're just gonna tell the story of Hero and this one robot, but they didn't, and it was probably one of my favorites. That and the Pirates of the Caribbean one was really cool too. Yeah, I might play around with this one and kind of give her some nice colors. I can imagine she's kind of in a vivid purple. But we'll make this even brighter. Or we'll start out dull and then kind of... Give her the bigger eyes from Disney characters. Mm-hmm. See, this brush is nice because it kind of definitely gives her a look of like it's painted on her. I like her. Nice. Actually, I kind of want to keep her guitar in a similar color scheme. It'd be kind of, I think it'd be kind of cool to make a blue acoustic, actually, or turquoise. I mean, especially with her color scheme. Maybe they're like longer boots. No, that doesn't work. This one's wrong. This fit's wrong. No. Let's see. Let's give her some highlights. Actually. Oops. Oops. I'm gonna call it soon. I'm getting cut. Throat's starting to hurt again. But this is looking good. I like it. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I did another session. I was worried I was not gonna like how this how things worked out today, but no, this I think this really. I was hoping I wouldn't have to deal with my throat again, but eh. At least I got most of it. At least I got like a whole part of this figured out before. Because it could have been worse. It could have been like just no progress at all and just artist block the whole time. But came up with this, and I like this. So. Pretty dress too. I like it. I'll clean it up some more too. As and on Friday we'll do more of the dragon stuff, like I said, because I didn't get to do it today. But I'm happy that I even got this far. Honestly, I wasn't sure I was gonna last this long. So I hope everyone had fun watching this, and I'll be back again on Friday to do more work and just finalize some of these and start some dragons. I realize June's hair is a little different in this, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to give her a different hairstyle where it's a little bit more puffed out and full. I do usually make her hair kind of float sometimes, so maybe that's kind of part of it too. Oops. Yeah, I like this. Remember me. It's still rough, I know, but considering what it was when it started, I think this is huge improvement. Oops. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I like that. Okay. It's kind of got the old design a little bit in the design itself. I like that. So she's kind of rocking out. She's got all these pretty flowers around her. I'm just overdoing this now. I don't need to. Yeah, I like it. Cool. Okay. Yeah, she came out good. This is a. I'd say this alone is a win. So, just gonna add some few more touches, and then I'm gonna call it because I don't want to jinx when I have a win. Put more of her hair color in here. That's better. Her hair is much redder. So there you go. That's better. I hope everyone had a nice visit, and thanks to everyone who dropped by. It's exciting that we hit 200. That's wonderful. And so I'll have to try and think of something for this over the to celebrate. But for now, I hope you have a nice rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday, where I'll finish up some of this stuff and work on finishing up some dragon art that I've been working on this week. So yeah, yeah. Have a wonderful night, and